Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That's right. No matter where you're listening and how you're viewing this, whether it's morning, noon, or night, happy days to you. Today's video is about utilizing our resources so that we can take notes for our argument writing paper. We're going to make sure that this effort is very smooth. We've laid everything out for you, and this video is going to help walk you through getting to some of your resources and how to take notes and to use the graphic organizer that we laid out for you. So let's get started, shall we? Like everything we'll soon be doing, we will start from our website. The 8th grade ELA website is a creation that we've made for you. It's still blank on the front, but if you look down here at the bottom, one thing I want you to always keep in mind is that the help form is here for you. If you have a question, you can ask for help at any time, at all times. Hit send me a copy of your response, hit submit. You can ask a question. We will do our best to get back to you as quickly as possible in reference to your question. So sometimes people are embarrassed to ask questions. They don't want to ask questions. Well, that help form is there for you. What you want to do is you want to hover over the home, hit the drop down menu on Unit 2, click, go to Unit 2, Writing. One more time, Unit 2, Writing. That is what we are doing today, what we're focusing on, and you'll come to a site page that's titled The Argumentative Essay Project. The Argumentative Essay Project is where we have centered all of our resources, and we'll continue to center all of our resources that you can use. So it's laid out easy for you. You can always get to it. It's not hiding under a bunch of different posts anywhere. Start using this website, bookmark it so that you can come back to it and utilize the resources that are available to you. In case you don't remember the basics of argumentative writing essentials, they're right here on the left. Also, if you want to know what the rubric is, we will cover that eventually in class as well. The topics, they're over here on the left. One of the things we're going to be looking for here is right up here at the front is the research databases. So what you want to do is you want to use this website for pretty much for two things. One, you want to click this research databases. You're going to hit that button right there. And when you hit that button, we're going to be taken to a very familiar page. The research databases that we normally get off of the Greenspun website. Okay, now they're here for us. We've given you a portal towards those. You can see all of our familiars are here. We will be focusing on Gale opposing viewpoints because the opposing viewpoints provides pro and con viewpoints on hundreds of issues to help students think critically about important issues. Take notice of this password success. If you want to access this database online, off of school property at home on a different computer, you're going to need that password in order to be able to log in. Please take special care to remember that password. It is something that we all should be remembering anyway. I mean, success. Okay. So let's get into Gale. Let's do this. Let's get into Gale. Okay. And once we get into Gale, we're going to go, while that loads up, let's go back to this other website. When we're taking notes, what are we taking notes on? How are we recording those notes? Well, if you scroll down here to the very bottom, you'll see right here where it says Argumentative Writing Organizers. It says use this to organize your intro, body paragraphs, counterclaim with rebuttal paragraph, and conclusion. That's over here on the left. That's the draft writing organizer. We won't use that until later. Check it out, this little blue button. Use this to take notes while you research. You mean you? Like me? Oh my God. Like, oh my God, Mr. Mesley, Mr. Furrows, Mr. Burgess, were you thinking about me, the student, when you were making this website? Did you do this for me? Oh my God, I feel so special. Oh, oh my God. Let me click it. Oh, would I like to make a copy? Oh, yes, I would love to make a copy. So you click make a copy, and it's this organizer will come up. First thing you want to do is you want to change your name. Okay, so you put your first and your last name uh, on the note-taking graphic organizer. Okay, anybody who knows me knows I am a know-it-all, so that's why I have here Mr. Know-it-all. Burgess is not the real one, obviously. So you have the note-taking organizer. Use this when taking notes. Try to make that as clear as possible. Insert your topic here. We are talking about cell phones in schools. Okay, that's a neutral statement. It does not say in favor, for, or against. Now, insert your claim here. Now, your claim here is going to tell where you're going to tell, I believe, or I am in favor of cell phones in schools because, or I am against cell phones in school because, and then you're going to give, actually, when you give your final claim, 3 reasons in a row. Okay. So these 3 reasons, you're going to start brainstorming these down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might have did this for a warm-up topic one day or something like that. Start brainstorming reasons for why you are against cell phones in school or you're for cell phones in school. I'm going to go against just because I'm already kind of set up for that. Reason number one, I would say, is I'm an old teacher, so cell phones distract kids, distract students. Okay, another reason I would say is they are used to bully people. Okay. Three, another reason I would say is um, kids need less screen time in their lives, pretty much. Okay. And then reason number four, we only need 3 for the paper, but I want you to have 4 in case you have one that you got to throw out. You always got to throw out your weakest one. And if you need 3 for the paper. So if you have 3 and you try to get rid of your weakest one, you're not going to have enough for the paper. So it's good to have one extra one so that you can, at least one extra one, so that you can get rid of one when you realize that it doesn't have enough information for you. So the last reason I am against cell phones in schools is because they are dangerous to other people. Okay, let's roll with that. Now, take a look at that next slide. That next slide gives you just some reminders, some note taking basics. And I'm just going to tell you the same thing I tell all my kids. It is important that you are not uh, you are not required to read the entire article from beginning to end when you're taking notes. You are the first thing you're going to record is that MLA citation and that in-text citation. Like, let's get right to it. You're looking for numbers. You're looking for quotation marks. That's how you find statistics, and that's how you find sharp, short quotes. Okay. Those are the things that you're scanning your articles for. If you have a lot of those, they're going to be very useful. Take a look at article number 1. Okay. So I go into Gale. Number one mistake that people use is they use bad search terms. So I'm gonna go cell phones banned in schools. What's gonna come up? Not a lot. Okay, you see right there, cell phones in schools, learned in schools, cell phones, laptops. So it's important. You don't have to hit enter. Just kind of let Gale make some of the connections so you can pick good search terms. Cell phones, schools. I want those 2 ideas linked together on my search terms. So let's click those and see what they have. And what we're going to get is a topic overview. Okay, the rate of cell phone ownership among 12 to 17-year-olds in the United States has increased rapidly since the beginning of the 21st century. Now, notice on the overview, Gale is not picking sides. Gale is not going to tell me what they believe in this overview. They are giving just facts, objective, and neutral. Okay, and you can look at this sentence and just see that the prevalence of cell phone ownership among young people creates both problems and opportunities for schools. Okay, so we're going to back out of here. We're not going to get into that overview, but what we're going to do is look down here and see what did Gale find for us. There's 17 total viewpoints, and viewpoints are the articles that are pros and cons. They're basically argumentative essays from authors. There's 11 of those that are featured. There's 12 videos. You should definitely check out the videos. There's 28 audios. You should definitely check those out as well. You want to do so much research that you're throwing some stuff away because you just can't use it. You have to go past the bare minimum. 247 magazine articles and 1,516 news articles. There's not enough information is not an excuse that you can use. Okay. So let's take a look at, let's see, what would I say? Something very general. Again, look at that. Can texting save lives? See, that might be a good one. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at these titles and start looking to see those titles and see if they match some of your subtopics. I'm looking for things like distracting, bullying, kids need less screen time, they're dangerous to other people. Okay. I'm looking for, let's see. Look at this one here. Should schools ban cell phones? Let's take a look at magazines and see what they have. So there's 247 magazine articles. Let's take a look. The French government has announced a complete ban on cell phones in elementary schools. Let's find out why. All right. Let's take a look here. Oh, what a shame. Sometimes you run into this, man, and then you should just go right by it. I can see already that this is some sort of review. This is a brief article, 130 words. There's no numbers and no quotes. This is not going to help me at all. But take a look over here on the right. Children in elementary school are too young for cell phones. Does that fit mine? Cell phones should be banned? It sure does. Cell phones should not be banned in schools. See more. Pressure grows on private schools to ban phones. Reversal of school cell phones. Schools plan to lift ban and permit cell phones. Cell phone furor, 2007. Let's see. Students get message, leave phones at home. Yes, ban cell phones from the classroom. Look at that, 2019, September 3rd. What an awesome day, by the way. Let's take a look and see what this person wrote. Now, if you forgot what I said, you're going to start at the top and you're just going to read and read and read. I'm telling you not to do that. I'm telling you to scan and look for numbers. 10. Many students cannot put down their phones for 10 minutes, let alone an entire class period. Huh. It's kind of like a fact, but it's not really a fact. That seems like a person who thinks he's talking the truth. That would not be very, what's what I'm looking for? Convincing in an argument. If one guy said that students can't put down their phones for 10 minutes, that doesn't sound very expert like. So we're looking here. Let's look for a quote, though, quotation mark. Principal Mark Coombs said, I saw it firsthand when I would walk into classrooms and see 2, 3, 4 kids on a cell phone trying to sneak it under their desk or something while the teacher is trying to lecture. Or maybe they're trying to have a discussion. The kids aren't engaged because they're on their cell phone. I like that. That's a principal telling us, I'm going to highlight that, color it green because I like green. I'll come back to it when I need to. Okay, and then I'm going to copy it. That's possible. Control C. We'll see if that works here. Okay. Now, first thing I do if I know I'm going to use that is I'm going to scroll down here to the very bottom, source citation. I'm going to grab that editorial, Control C, copy. I'm going to put that right back here. It says MLA full biography citation here. Okay, I'm going to use this when it comes time to the works cited. Paste right there. Okay, I'm going to wind up moving this box up. And then the shorter version, this is what we'll use in the essay paper, is the author and the page number. Now, if you might remember from last essay, that Gale articles don't always have authors. Very unique that way they are. Okay, this is an editorial, and it's from the Janesville Gazette, but there is no article listed. So when that happens, we're going to refer to the publisher as the next best thing as the author. So the Tribune Content Agency. Okay. So we're going to put right here, I'm going to copy this, Tribune Content Agency. Boom. Right there. That's going to be the in-text citation. So whenever I refer to this article in the essay, I'll refer to it as an article from the Tribune Content Agency or something like that in order to make that work. Okay. So that's good. We're already half a step right there with our works cited. Take a look at this next slide. Stats, data, fact, and figures. Let's put stats, data, facts, and figures on the left. And over here on the right, we're going to put the reasoning. Why is that data on the left important and why does it support our claim? So if you remember from the paragraphs, man, it's kind of how paragraphs worked as well. We are readying you for the writing. Okay, so let's highlight that. Let's copy that quote right here. Remember that I am against those in the classroom. Take a look at that. All right. So kids aren't engaged because they're on their cell phone. So boom, here we go. I'm going to put that right in here. I like how that is lined up. Now over here on the right, I will say this explains what it is like in real life. Students are distracting themselves with cell phones and missing out on details of their education. All right. And so right here, stats, data, fact, and figures. Now, if you think that you're going to get more out of this particular article, there's also a spot here for quotations. I probably definitely should have put that there. I'm going to make that adjustment now. Okay. But what you can also do, be real clear about that, is that you can duplicate this slide. And I'll show you that as soon as I get this quotation where it needs to be. Okay. And I'm going to put this reasoning right here where it needs to be. Quotations that support our claim. Okay. So let's get rid of this. Backspace. Backspace. Okay. And you can always hit right space, hit duplicate slide, and all the stats and data factor figures you get from there you can put in here. Okay. Take a look at this. Ooh, look, here's another number. The early results. This is a classic case of educators knowing what's best for kids who have become guinea pigs in an evolving experiment of the long-term effects of social media technologies. The early results aren't promising, with studies showing increases in anxiety, depression, and suicide among teens since the emergence of the iPhone in 2007. Now, this tells me that I want to find one of those studies. I want to find a study that shows increases in anxiety, depression, and suicide since cell phones came out. I need to make a note of that. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. Find a study that shows increases in anxiety, depression, and suicide. I want to know if that's true. So I know what I'm looking for next time I get out of this article. Okay, look at this. Coombs said he remembers a time when he thought cell phones in the class would be beneficial. Do I see any more numbers? 24/7. Some Edgerton students might discover they don't have to be attached to their phones 24/7. They might actually, all right, that's his opinion, and we got what we needed out of that. Okay, and I think we're about done. Oh, look at this one. Ontario to ban cell phones in the classroom starting next year. So you look at more like this at the bottom. I think sometimes they're also on the right as well. You see more like this, and they'll be able to give you kind of like continue pushing you in the right direction to find more articles that are what you like. All right. So here's another one. This is a brief article. Okay, you can look right here, level 4 in terms of difficulty. When you see that number is over 1100 or over 1200, the words might be a little bit more difficult for you. Okay, Canadian Press learned Ontario is set to announce this week that cell phones will be banned in classrooms starting the next year. Let's see why. Ooh, look, here's a number. Oh, look, here's a quote. When the school day starts, the phones go off. It's about recognizing that school is a learning environment. Let's see. About 97% of respondents favored some sort of restriction on phones in class. Alrighty, here's another. It was the closest thing we got in our consultation to unanimity. A 2015 London School of Economics and Political Science paper found that student performance in high-stakes exams significantly increases with a ban on mobile phones. Boom. Hold on. The improvements were largely seen among the students who were normally the lowest achieving. That is special. That is special. I'm going to highlight that. Let's color that. I like green. Okay, I'm just going to keep that there so I don't lose it. Let's go back to our slide. We are done with that source. Okay, we're done with article number 1. We're now in article number 2. So we're going to do the same thing that we did here. We're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to copy this. Copy. Put that right here. Full bibliography citation. Boom. Okay. And then do we have an author and a page number? Let's find out. Author and page number. Allison Jones, the Canadian Press. All right. So Allison Jones, she wrote this. Okay. So, and it's from the CNW group right here. It says byline Allison Jones, the Canadian Press. So we're going to go author. We only put last name. So Jones. And we don't have a page number again. Do we? Do we have a page number here? No, we do not. Okay. Page number. Boom. Alrighty. Now, let's get to taking some stats, facts, and figures and quotes from this article. All for article number 2. If you look over here on the left, you can kind of see where it says article number 2, stats, data, fact, and figures, expert quotations. All there for that. Remember, if you run out of space there, you can always duplicate. What did we say? Oh, yeah, I highlighted it. What a great idea. Let's copy. Right click. Copy. Boom. Quotation. Or is that a... That is a quotation. Expert quotations. There we go. This proves my point that cell phones are distractions. And, because look at what it says. When high stakes the performance in high stakes exams significantly increases with a ban on mobile phones, that means that when you take the phones away, students do better. It's not just proves the point that cell phones are distractions. The second part of it is if we remove the cell phones, students will do better. That is a crucial point. Okay. Cell phones are distractions. And if we remove cell phones from school, students will perform better. Okay. So right here, you have me taking you through a couple different articles, a couple different quotations, statistics. This is what the note-taking process is like. I didn't read everything from back to front. Sometimes you only get one fact from an article. Sometimes you just like, let me get this one article, one fact, boom, time to go to the next article. And that's what you got to do. And that's exactly what note-taking is. Then you look at more like this. Again, you might go ahead and look at the titles and see what it is that will support your point. Okay, so this is the note-taking article, the graphic organizer. I want you to go ahead and do this. You are required to have minimum 3 sources. I would suggest getting more and more and more. Okay, you're going to have a bibliography. You're going to copy and paste all the sources that you used here at the end. Once you're all done with this, that will be a grade. You're also going to have in this document, these are the 30 points that are going to be graded for you on these 3 things. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of how you're graded on this so that you can do your best and raise your score. All right, this is Mr. Burgess signing off. 24 minutes of your life, my life, joined together through taking notes. All right, you have yourselves a fantastic day. Take care.